Welcome to another edition of Daily Capital News, your source for the latest updates on capital distributions in the venture capital and private equity worlds. I'm your host Rachel, here to bring you the news on fundraising, investments, exits, and more in the world of private markets. Whether it's VC rounds being raised in Silicon Valley or buyouts by major PE firms, we've got you covered. So tune in as we track the flow of capital across the globe. Let's dive right into the latest developments. Top news: Mark Zuckerberg's Mandarin lessons really paid off. According to the WSJ, Meta has struck a preliminary deal to sell a new, lower-priced version of its virtual reality headset in China, regaining a foothold among consumers in the country 14 years after Facebook was shut out. Google, the Mountain View colossus, definitely does not want to talk about its secret App Store deal with Spotify. Everything you need to know about the Humane AI Pin, which was announced today. Could it be the device that comes after the smartphone? The New York Times wonders. Massive fundings. Elucid, a 10-year-old Boston company whose software uses machine learning to analyze tissue types and predict the risk of a heart attack or stroke, raised an $80 million Series C round. Eleos Medical Technologies was the deal lead. The company has raised a total of $121 million. Mass Device has more. OrsoBio, a 2-year-old startup based in Menlo Park, Ca. that is developing treatments for metabolic conditions like obesity and diabetes, raised a $60 million Series A round co-led by Longitude Capital and Innovate Sciences, with additional participation from Eli Lilly and Company as well as previous investors Samsara Bio Capital and Nuva Bio. The company has raised a total of $97 million. BioPharmadive has more. Big but not crazy big fundings. Arch, a 7-year-old New York startup that aims to automate the operations and reporting for private investments, raised a $20 million Series A round led by Menlo Ventures, with Carta, CD Ventures, GPS Investment Partners, and Focus Financial Partners as well as previous investors Craft Ventures and Quiet Capital also pitching in. The company has raised a total of $25.5 million. Wealth Management has more. Eleos Health, a 3-year-old startup based in Cambridge, Ma, whose technology analyzes behavioral health sessions and pulls out key data points for clinicians to analyze, raised a $40 million Series B round led by Menlo Ventures, with F Prime Capital, 8 Roads, Arcan Digital Health, Samsung Next, and Ion also taking part. The company has raised a total of $68 million. C-Tech has more. Noice, a 3-year-old Helsinki startup that aims to combine live streaming and multiplayer gaming into one platform, raised a $21 million round from Sedona Holdings, Team Builder Ventures, Bitcraft, and F4 Fund as well as numerous angels such as Mickey Kusi and Riku Makla, the co-founders of Supercell. The company has raised a total of $27 million. VentureBeat has more. Snaptrude, a 6-year-old New York startup whose software allows architects, designers, developers, and contractors to collaborate on the design of a building, raised a $14 million Series A round. Fundamental and Excel co-led the deal. The company has raised a total of $21.8 million. TechCrunch has more. Stability AI, a reportedly beleaguered 3-year-old London startup that creates large language models and diffusion models, such as Stable Diffusion, which converts text into images, raised a convertible note just under $50 million from Intel. Bloomberg has more. Tabnine, an 11-year-old Tel Aviv company that uses generative AI to generate code and help developers write code faster and more accurately, raised a $25 million Series B round led by Telstra Ventures, with Atlassian Ventures, Eilla, Headline, Hetz Ventures, Khosla Ventures, and TPY Capital also contributing. The company has raised a total of $55 million. TechCrunch has more. Smaller fundings. Betterleave, a 1-year-old Austin startup that helps companies build and launch bereavement care programs, raised a $2.4 million round led by Chingona Ventures, with Bread and Butter Ventures, Vitalize VC, Wisdom Ventures Fund, and AARP also stepping up. Cercle, a startup that says it will use AI to improve women's health, particularly with regard to infertility issues, raised a $4.2 million round. Sandberg Bernthal Venture Partners was the deal lead. CNBC has more. Eilla AI, a startup that provides automation tools that assist investment firms with deal flow, raised a $1.5 million seed round led by 11 Ventures, with Fuel Ventures also participating. UKTN has more. Flip AI, a San Francisco startup that uses a large language model to troubleshoot data observability incidents, raised a $6.5 million seed round led by Factory, with additional investors including Morgan Stanley Next Level Fund and GTM Capital. TechCrunch has more. Forum, a 1-year-old New York startup that has built a marketplace that connects people with peer support groups, raised a $5.3 million seed round led by NextView Ventures, and including MBX Capital, Q Ball Capital, and City Light Capital. Ghost Autonomy, a 6-year-old startup based in Mountain View, CA, that develops multimodal large language models to help cars understand the world around them, raised a $5 million round from the OpenAI Startup Fund. The company has raised a total of $212 million. Greenlite, a San Francisco startup founded this year that provides AI staff for bank and fintech compliance teams that are able to use large language models to investigate potential compliance risks, raised a $4.8 million seed round. Greylock led the investment, with Y Combinator also anteing up. Lunar, a Tel Aviv and San Francisco startup that helps developers manage their API bills, raised a $6 million seed round led by Uncork Capital, with previous investor Angular Ventures also chipping in. TechCrunch has more. Ozone, a 2-year-old San Francisco startup whose collaborative video editor uses AI to help content creators speed up repetitive editing tasks, raised a $7.1 million seed round from Y Combinator, General Catalyst, LGVP, Blue Watch Ventures, Polymath Capital Partners, Pioneer Fund, Soma Capital, and Olive Tree Capital. TechCrunch has more. Pioneer, a 1-year-old San Francisco startup that uses AI to help climate tech companies track down government funding options, raised a $2.9 million seed round led by Blue Bear Capital, with Collaborative Fund, Soma Capital, Cool Climate Collective, and Cayenne Ventures also opting in. Ridepanda, a 3-year-old San Francisco startup that helps enterprise customers like Amazon offer e-bikes and e-scooters to their employees, raised a $7.5 million round consisting of equity and debt. The co-leads were Blackhorn Ventures and Yamaha Motor Ventures, with Prosa Ventures, Porsche Ventures, Oyster Ventures, Somersault Ventures, General Catalyst, and Urbanus Capital also piling on. TechCrunch has more. Tidal Cyber, a 1-year-old startup based in Baltimore, MD, that has developed OpED, a cyber threat analysis platform, raised a $5 million seed round led by Squadra Ventures. SiliconANGLE has more. New funds, new pre-seed funds are popping up everywhere. Exits, Tumblr's death throes may finally be nearing an end. Parent company Automatic is absorbing the staff of the social network site, which Automatic CEO Matt Mullenweg admitted is losing over $30 million a year. Slimy social site Omegle is shutting down thanks to a lawsuit from a sexual abuse survivor. Going public, Zeekr, a Chinese luxury EV offshoot of Geely Automobile Holdings, is apparently gearing up to go public. People, comedian Sarah Silverman has a problem with ChatGPT. Ex-CEO Linda Yaccarino tweeted that she wished Elon Musk's new ChatGPT competitor, Grok, had been around to explain how babies are made to her kids. Meanwhile, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman takes a dig at Musk's new AI company and its rebellious Grok chatbot. Layoffs. Snap is laying off 20 folks in product management. Data. It looks like dating site Match may have netted more than $300 million in settling with Google over an App Store antitrust lawsuit. Essential reads. Google's antitrust trial is laying bare its renewed animosity with Microsoft. MicroStrategy's stock price has soared 250% this year thanks in large part to the many billions of dollars it holds in Bitcoin, which itself has risen 122% in the same period. OpenAI wants to partner with third parties to build public and private data sets for AI model training sounds, and also, presumably, improve its own performance in the process. A new study finds that large language models can encode their reasoning in a way that is undecipherable to human readers. Detours. An inside look at the empire of an OnlyFans creator. The proper way to eat peas. A new trailer for Inside Out 2. Retail therapy. A temporary tattoo device. A dinner menu from the Titanic. That's all for today's episode of Daily Capital News. Thanks for tuning in to stay up to date on capital activity in the VC and PE spheres. Be sure to hit subscribe for more news and analysis on fundraising, new funds, portfolio company investments, exits and acquisitions by private equity firms and venture capitalists. See you next time for your daily dose of private market capital distribution updates right here on Daily Capital News.